What did you say?
We will wait for a few minutes, then we start, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, all right.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Seeing Miracle, I can hear you.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Sorry guys, I got some technical issues. I need to come back later.
All right, that's fine. Just sort yourself out and then come back on. Thank you.
Is my voice clear?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, okay,
Perfect.
thank you.
Okay, I think we should start the space. High Life, can you hear me? I think we have waited for about 10 minutes now, so it's best we start. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you well. We start now.
All right. All right. So, hello everyone. I think we have about how many people here? About 90 plus people here on space as at the time of starting. So, hello everyone. Welcome to our space for today. I'm really glad to have you here. Thank you so much for joining the space, and I hope all is well. I hope wherever you are, all is well. So, I'm by name God's will. Yeah, but I go with Sam. So I'm Mr. Sam, and then I've been in Pi Network for quite some time now. I've been in Pi Network for about 4 years plus, or so, getting to 5 years now. So, but recently I joined Pine. That's Pi Inscription. So I recently joined Pi Inscription, and every single day I've been here. Honestly, it's been amazing. And today I'm so amazed, so happy to be your host alongside Pi Life. And I just hope that today you have the best experience ever on X and you have the best experience to make the best decision within the Pi ecosystem. So thank you very much for letting me be your host for today. And thank you very much for everyone up on the speaker space right now. I have Pine, I have someone with Pine, and then I have Pine seeing Miracle as well. So thank you so much for deciding to speak with us for today. So I'm also someone I will let him also speak. So Pi Life, can you just tell the community hello. So thank you.
Yes, God will. Thank you for inviting for Piin Space today, which is unlocking Pi network full potential, the role of Piin, right? Yeah, thank you so much. And I would like to thank Piin community and Pi network community together here. And then we have I hope that we have the successful space today. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you very much. So, okay, so today since the topic is about unlocking Pi network full potential through Pine, so today we are going to be talking very, very constructively and careful about what we say, and also I have to put that disclaimer that we are going to talk about Pi Network. So if you have an issue maybe of discussion outside Pi Network or outside Pine, any of the two committees, it depends on what the quality of the information might be. So we might attend to you or maybe later on we attend to you. But for today, we are talking about Pine Network and then we're also talking about Pine. So those two currencies are what we are focusing on for today. So I said I have two people here up. So in case you also want to be a speaker, please feel free to join us as well. So I have to recognize people here as well. So I just saw a few people here. So we have Mr. Jungle. I believe I didn't get the name right. Yeah, he is Mr. Mo. So we have Mr. Mo here. He is one of the members of Pine and then one of the people that are running the DAO inside Pine. And then we also have Miss Joy here with us. I have a friend of mine here uh, from the handle Pine Network and also the official account. I think maybe someone is not getting me. Can you hear me quite light? Wow. Let me check that out. Can anybody hear me? Uh,
Yeah, I can hear you. Voice very clear.
oh, okay. Thank you. I thought I lost you guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
just
I have to
you
be.
missed a moment before.
Oh, okay, okay. So thank you. All right. So my job here is simple. We talk about Pine Network, talk about Pine. So let's just go into that. I mean, there's no much of protocol we have to go about. So I don't know if I should start with this is going to be a discussion session. That's why I said in case you have something to contribute and then you're in the audience, feel free to join us as well and feel free to participate, especially members of the community from Pi Network as well. So if you are from Pi Network and then you are here, you are vast or maybe you have something to contribute to this space. So just feel free to participate as well. So let me just start by giving us a bit of background on Pi Network and then on Pine as well. So Pi Network, let's start with that. How about let's start with that, yeah. So Pi Network, and in simple terms, is a cryptocurrency project that allow users to mine a token called Pi Coin with an app on their smartphone. So basically, what that means is that if you have a smartphone and you have the Pi app on your phone, you can actually own what we call Pi coins. So that is the whole point of Pi network. And then it also requires more of active participation and less of technical knowledge. I mean, you just have to click on tap to mine, every single day. The mobile app is quick, and over 4 or 5 years now, it has gained so much popularity of over 60 million miners globally, and that's a huge amount compared to where we came from. 60 million plus people actually over the, and we have mined for over 2,000 days now. So if you started right from day one, you have mined five for over 2,000 days now, and that's huge. For a project to stay that long. So the beta version of Pi started 2018, and then the test net. So the beta version was not, but I think they got at 14 to 10 plus minutes up till now. So Pi network, or let me say Pine, let me link Pine to Pi. So someone might be asking what's the similarity between Pine and Pi network. So let me also add that to the explanation of Pi. So Pine is a project that started last year, November, I believe so, 9th of November. Yes, I got that right. So 9th of November, 2023, Pine started. And what bettered this idea actually was that could I say out of frustration, but out of zeal, let me use that word, zeal. So, and dedication to seeing Pi Network come to fruition and seeing Pi Network become something huge. So, a group of people from the Pi Network Chinese community came together, yes, and created what we call Pine. And since then, we have been active for only 8 plus months now. We have, if you check our market cap, is over $8 million. It was launched on the BLC 20, and all of this. So basically, it's just an idea, a meme coin. So the difference here is Pi is a utility token, and then Pine is a meme coin. But the similarity here is that we have the same community. So people that created Pine are inside of the Pi network community. And in fact, that is even one of the reasons why we are here today. Most people on this space have to be members of Pi network, most people. So either you joined us through Pi network or you joined Pi network through Pine. So either of it, the two communities are intertwined, and basically they are still the same people. So I hope that simple explanation will help us understand the similarity between Pine and Pi network, and to tell us that there is no big difference between that. So yeah, let me just give Pi Life the podium and just have a question for him at the moment. So yeah, so I have this question. I wrote it down and I just want to ask it. So now I just spoke about the relationship between Pi network and then and Pine. So, but what exactly are they? And then what are the differences between Pi network and Pine? So I hope you help us expatiate more on that. So you can talk about the relationship as well as the differences between the two communities. So Pi Life, the mic is yours. Thank you very much.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. I can hear. Yes.
Okay, thank you for your inquiry. So let me explain the difference between pi and pi-in. So pi and pi-in both rely on variance community. That's our pi community. But why pi is a centralized project on the Stellar protocol led by Pi Core team. And Pi-in is a decentralized initiative within the Pi ecosystem built on the Bitcoin chain. And Pi-in stand out with its inscription managed transparently without a central team, allowing the buy-in holders to participate in the governance. And June 2024, buy-in has expanded to the Solana blockchain, enabling Rosstrand functionality and distinguishing it from the Pi singular network focus. That's on my explain the difference between the Pi and Pi. Yeah, thank you, God will.
All right, thank you very much. So, for those of us that were listening, I believe what I got from him, what he just explained to us right now, was that Pi Network is a centralized project at the moment and is on the Stellar protocol led by the Pi core team, whereas Pine is a decentralized initiative within the Pi ecosystem built on the Bitcoin. Yeah, I believe that's what he said, Bitcoin chain. So that is a simple explanation of maybe what he just said, in case maybe you didn't hear him well. So now we talked about the similarities between Pi network and then Pine, that's Pi inscription. We have talked about that now. So that's out of the way. If you have a question about that, please just pen it down or put it in the comment section and then we'll attend to it after this. So he said Pi Network is a blockchain project similar to Bitcoin, with its own chain, while Pine is a meme coin initiated on the Bitcoin blockchain. So that is a simple explanation to what we were saying earlier on. So Pine doesn't have its own blockchain. Pine is a meme coin, so it's established on the Bitcoin, that's BRC20. So it's established on the Bitcoin blockchain, whereas Pi Network is a blockchain project on its own. So I hope that still helps as well. But right now, Pine is not just only on BRC20. It has recently cross-chained to Solana ecosystem to expand its landscape. So it has the term there is cross-chain. So it did a cross-chain to Solana ecosystem as well. But Pi Network and Pine still share the same community, and that's amazing to know. And I think many of us in the crypto space I've heard about Pi Network as it is a blockchain project with a relevant long-term history. If you haven't heard that, congratulations, you just heard that. It has a relevant long-term history. But let me ask Pi News or maybe anyone else that would love to speak to us today that is on the speaker level. So I have this question to ask because like, can you share with us, let's say, can you share with us like, or if someone from the Pine community is here to be better because they will have more knowledge of what I'm asking. So what are the milestones that Pine has achieved during the past 8 months? So what has like, how can I put it? Can you share with us like more information about one, the history of Pine, like when it's a contract, when the contract was deployed, and then the milestone it has achieved during the past few months. So I just need help with that because I believe someone here on the on this space have such a question. So if an investor is here, or if someone that wants to just buy a project or a coin from Pi Network, so if we have someone like that, can you help us explain to that person or our listeners what is the milestone that Pine has achieved, and just give us a brief history about Pine and all of that. So, uh, do we have someone in the speaker level? Okay, so Pi, Pine. Okay, I see Pine. Wow, Michael Jackson.
I'll join.
Pine. Okay.
I just want to say it's nice to meet people in Pi here. I'm OG Bitcoiner and got into Pi about 1,000 days ago. I calculated we just had our 2,000 day, I guess yesterday, and it really reminds me of the early days of Bitcoin. I've shared this with so many people. I have hundreds of pioneers that I signed up, but really, two, maybe three, are fairly often mining. Other than that, it's here and there at best, and the rest of them don't do it at all. So I wonder how much of a story that is for everybody. But I've been told, so I see a emoji 100%. Yeah, it's crazy. You try and help people. Pi is a great tool. Like, there's no penalty for not clicking the button. You can go for days or weeks without doing it. No big deal. But people just can't seem to do it or whatever. I've had all sorts of things, discussions about finance and crypto, and the few people that I did get mining for a little bit, they kind of fizzled out. But the KYC spooked them, even though they do that with banks, or the seed phrase, which I'm not surprised at, but having the responsibility of the wallet and having to record your seed phrase, that seemed scary for a lot of people. And I mean, we're talking a small portion of people that got to this level, but of them, very few carried on. So I'm curious if that's sort of a common thing or what. I mean, I've got more and more stories. I don't want to just keep going. So I figured I'd throw something like that out. That's my experience with it.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I believe your question is like about the KYC. Is that it?
No. More like if you guys have been signing people up, or the response you get when you tell people about Pi. I think it's a great project. It's awesome for teaching about crypto, teaching about blockchain, teaching about cryptocurrency. And then that leads to finance and being literate with money, which a lot of people aren't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel that. I mean, I've been doing this since 2020, and then talking to people is the hard part. As if you are in the West,
Yeah,
so countries like maybe the United States,
I'm in the
that
United
are you
States.
there?
I'm in the U.S.
Yeah, I feel like it would be yeah, I feel like it would be easier for you to talk to them because at some point they are already used to what cryptocurrency is. But back where I'm staying, it's really hard because everybody believes that everything online is a scam. So
Mm.
you have to deal with that. Yeah.
Well, we have that here kind of too. You hear or would think that people in the West, in the U.S., everybody's heard of cryptocurrency. They may have, but their opinion about it is bad. And it reminds me, I'm old enough that I saw the internet come in. I was like a teen when the internet was happening, and the same attitude, like Web3, reminds me of like 90, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 1995 for the internet, somewhere in there. Like pretty early internet days is what Web3 feels like. And Pi, it really does feel like the early days of Bitcoin. When I learned about Bitcoin and started mining it on a computer, I had a spare computer from work that I took home and mined on it. And I used to sell surplus computers. So, I mean, I have a whole story about that, which is why I don't really have the Bitcoin I mined. But everybody told me it was a waste of my time. It was a scam. It was this, that, or the other thing. I'm wasting my time. If it happens, it'll be a bubble. And it's like, I mean, why did it matter to so many people? Is what I want to know. Like, why did they care to tell me not to do it? But there's so much going on, and in the West, most of these people have a bank and a credit card or a debit card, and they can use that, and they're like, I'm fine. Why would I need to use something else? That's really their attitude.
Yeah, I think also one of the key factors is to understand that like you guys have stabilized when it comes to technology. So just what you said now, I have a bank. What would I need it for again? Whereas most people here where I'm staying, we are really disappointed about banking, like it's not working and for alternative. And if anybody's here is listening to me, I mean you have to listen to this. Like if you still believe that your bank is workout, if you still believe that, oh, in the next 10 to 20 years, that your bank will transit to blockchain or just collapse, I mean, it's I don't know what to say about that, especially if you are in the part of the world I'm in. Like everybody is dumping banking right now and seeking for alternative. But the problem here is if if we don't educate people, like have spaces like this, tell people, look, the alternative is not something online, like an online scam. They say bring this sort of amount of money and then I'll invest for you and give you in 3 days, because that's always the big scam. And and people fall for that. But the education is what we really need right now. And that's why we are having this space. We have to educate people that look, there is more to this. Like something new is about to start. It's not okay. For example, people are doing a lot of aid jobs right now, especially on Telegram. I don't know if you know about that. So people are now talking bad at Pi Network, especially my friends that I invited them long ago, and they have been mining pine. So now that they have made $100, $50 from, let's say, airdrops, so they now throw away pine network, but they forget the technology behind all what we are dealing with here. So like that, what we are building is not about $100, about $50. That it's a long-term project. What that means is that it will be an integral part of our life. If you buy food in the market, probably in the next 40 years, you might be using your Pi, or maybe sooner than that, you might be using your Pi to buy something in the market. Or if you want to travel out of this world, maybe to space, you might need Pi. Nobody will be using what we call fiat anymore. So that's the idea that we are pushing for. That's the idea that
Yeah,
keeps us here on spaces
yeah,
to
definitely.
talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is too, fiat doesn't have to go away completely, but to have like some choices where we transact, or there'll be places where you transact with, say, fiat, and then there'll be other places that aren't maybe quite such into the system, or connected to the government, or I mean, the government wants that here. That's why they don't like cryptos, because taxing could be difficult. They can't necessarily do that, but they have their ways too. They can just charge you tax for things when you get them, like the raw materials. But the things that we produce, and I mean, honestly, the way they've been treating fiat and the inflation, they deserve to be punished. So some things maybe transact in fiat and they get taxed in your property and your vehicle and things like that. But if you're producing fresh foods going, that stay local, um, it seems like having some other markets are absolutely fine, and they should be, and they should be encouraged too, for the security of, like, locally and the state. Because if something were to happen, like one of these monetary systems gets attacked, um, that can be really, really problematic. So for us being responsible and for the stability of the nation, it makes sense to have some other means that could be done. Now, if it's all internet, that can be a problem too, because if we lose internet or power, we're in trouble. But it is very well. I'm going to just say that the whole crypto journey, it's about learning to a degree about blockchain, but your average person, I think, when we get mass adoption, they're not going to really know. I mean, there'll be an option, maybe like PayPal or something. I think you guys are probably familiar with PayPal. They're pretty big, or something like that, where it's not necessarily a bank. Or we have Google Pay and Apple Pay, and already I've been asking friends about their kids, like, and them, do they carry fiat? And the answer is no. So it's just a digital thing. They wave the phone and it, beep beep, and the transaction's done. It's not like they've got paper and coin in their pocket very much anymore. So if they're already doing that, it just seems like if they have options, or if we have options, and I see a future where all sorts of different industries may have their chain or their coin, so hopefully we can switch easily in and out, or they'll sort of all exist together. There'll be enough liquidity and technology that you can go chain to chain pretty seamlessly with some assets. Um, and maybe the vendors or companies have their own coins, and if you want to invest in them or have buying power and want to help them out, if you're early, I mean, you have the tokenomics, and there's a lot that we're figuring out. It's a really cool future. It seems like we're very, very early as far as mass adoption goes, but like some incident or some technology will be so much better, and that's sort of one of the rules, is it has to be that much better. And I guess for your average person right now, until they're affected, they maybe don't feel, at least in the West, that that they really need to learn, because they're scared of it too. Just like people were scared of computers, or figured that they were very difficult, and you know, everything on there was a scam too, or it was going to be a fad, and you know, it's a novelty and it will go away quickly. So it seems very similar.
Yeah, I feel also that what you said about it being integral into our society, like the normal person will not want to use it because the technology is not perfected. Like what we talked about, also the center of this discussion is unlocking Pi Network full potential, the role of Pi. So the potential in Pi Network, I don't know. I tried to talk about this last week also. Yes, so the technology behind Pi Network, why we are having spaces like this, that it's far more advanced. So what people are mainly afraid of, even Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, the dead Charlie Munger, he said something that is just like pump and dump and all of that. That's what people understood crypto to be. And in fact, that is what people still understand crypto to be. So people believe, because there's stories of someone investing $1,000, making $1 billion out of it. So people expect that everybody has to make invest $1,000, make $1 billion out of a project. Like that is not the whole idea. That is a possibility, but that is not the whole idea. So pump and dump will still exist, just like we have the foreign exchange and all of that. Like we won't take that away, but there is another side to that, that we talk about utility. Just like you saying someone accepting it in real life, in the local environment. So we have what's it called? PyChain Mo is now using, even Pi has that, the scan to pay feature of it, that no matter anywhere you are, if you don't have access to your account or all of that, or if you are a seller, you don't need to be sending someone your Pi wallet because the technology looks complex. I mean, it's easier to hold your bank account number in your head than to hold your Pi wallet address in your head. That's complex. So someone using scan to pay in the local area just gets your Pi instantly. That's more technology. When Bitcoin started 2013 with our 20, is it 2018 also? We didn't have that idea that this could be a possibility. We didn't have this idea that uh, that you can actually use a cryptocurrency and replace it with most things that we do with finances and all of that. Just like for Pi Network, Pi Network is using Stellar Protocol. We said that earlier on. So I don't know if you have read what Stellar is doing, but it is far more advanced than what we have in the proof of work or a proof of stake, all of that. I believe that too. It's far more advanced than that, because recently I discovered that Ton blockchain actually collapsed. It really did collapse. When it had a lot huge transactions, over getting to 1 billion transactions. So it had to collapse because it's not created for that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
it
we
did.
have technology that can,
Solana did too.
yeah,
Solana
we
stopped
have,
several times. But that's not crucial
that is
when
it.
we're in a growth phase and we don't have like everything that happened. It's not like it was something exceedingly special, necessary. Like it is, and it's important, but it can be stopped and reset slightly and carry on. And there are maybe a few people that were damaged. There's maybe a few people that came out ahead. But you're right. The need for it to work seamlessly. And Pi is new. They've been testing it an awful lot, and they have some very interesting ways to do things, like the decentralization through all the mining that can occur with just phones. So if it does catch on, and it brings the reality that you might buy a phone and it either has a wallet or you put a wallet on it and use the phone and power when it's idle, and the phone pays for itself. Like we have Helium, HNT is the ticker. They offer, and I don't know if it's in your area, but you can mine with a device that basically it replaces cell signal, or it's a ground cell. I mean, it's data packets over Wi-Fi or a wider WiMAX, basically. But very similar. I mean, it replicates the cell phone, gets you on the internet and everything. It's another way to do it and add stability. So something like that, coupled with something like this, I mine like 6 different things on my phone right now. I don't know what all of them are going to do. A lot of them are way newer than Pi. But Pi was a research thing, and it was used at Stanford University, and they had a bunch of computer scientists and programmers and blockchain. It allowed them to teach a blockchain course because they were running one, working on one. So that helps students, and you need people that know how to work with the technology. So this was some training at a university. But we have access to it right here. And each step is not hard. It's just that there might be a whole bunch of steps. They guide you through it. So it's pretty easy. But getting from one place to the end, beginning to end, might seem like a lot. But it's just one little step, and nothing's hard by itself. It's maybe complex if you don't know what you're doing or how you're going to get to the end, but it's designed well enough that it shows you or teaches you and guides you. So if you get familiar with Pi a little bit, and hopefully there will be businesses that have Pi, and maybe buy something small with it, or if you are doing some work or have something to sell, you can accept Pi. And it will have a cash value, which will make it easier to work with. So because it's not released, it's like just experimental right now. Granted, there are IOUs. It does have a value, and you can trade for things. Although because the value isn't concrete yet, it isn't known moment to moment. People are asking a fair amount of Pi, and that's what early adopters do. I don't know if you heard about the Bitcoin pizza, but he paid like 40,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. That would be $1 billion today, just for 2 pizzas. So in the beginning, there's mistakes that'll be made, or historic moments as we figure out the technology and what this is worth. And we globally are all doing that. So if anybody's new, look at this as something with no penalty, and it's a great way that without having money, it's just your time and your effort, and trust me, it'll pay off. You'll learn something, and even if you screw up, you get another chance, and you've got months and months now. You get a Pi right away from somebody, and then you go through all the steps and get ready for mainnet, and you're actually pretty educated in blockchain at that point. What do you think?
Yeah, so the important part you just landed with is the education aspect of it, yeah. Because people still make huge mistakes, even with Pi honestly. Even with Pine, I'm telling you, people like you might sell off your pint or your pie at the worst moment ever. People have done that. I mean, history has records of
Oh
people
yeah,
that have
I've
done that
screwed up
with
all
bit.
sorts of ways with blockchain. And one of the things is I would recommend, if you haven't been doing it a lot, and even if you have, just build in a habit that anything that you're doing that matters, test it. Send something small. Just verify that you're doing the right thing. So if you're going to send, 500 pi and you screw that up, that's pretty bad. But if you send a half a pi or a pi and it doesn't go where it's supposed to, well, I mean, there are worse things that have happened. So then you can figure out what you did that's wrong and fix it. And most of the time, if you're in a rush, oftentimes that's a scam. If somebody's telling you must hurry, anything worth anything usually will be around at least overnight. There's no reason to be in a big hurry. That's how people take advantage of you. And there is some of that because crypto is new, and the tales of millions and millions of dollars from somebody who started with 1,000 that attracts all sorts of people. And it does happen. I mean, if you learn about pi, you have the ability to do things that most people in the world don't. And there are currencies that are coming out every day. Some of cryptocurrencies that are new projects that are good, that if you're paying attention and are prepared, you can put a little money in it and make some good money fairly quickly. If you don't know what you're doing, you can put some money in it and lose most of it too. So, just go slow, and really, there's so much opportunity and will be that don't expect it to come fast. But you just have to participate, and things like that will happen.
Yeah, it definitely will happen. And in fact, because from the Pine community, we don't just want people to keep on investing. Yeah, we have to educate them as well. Don't just invest and expect it to blow up overnight. Know what you're investing in. I mean, have a knowledge of what you are getting into, and of course, be good with the tech. Like people have taken risks. Honestly, I tell you this with Pi Network. I'm not talking about their crypto with Pi. People have taken real risks. I found a guy that sold a huge portion of land for Pi, about is it 9,000 Pi or so.
Wow.
Someone selling car. Yeah, people are taking the risks, and this is the best time to take such risks because, and it has to be a calculated risk anyways. But this is the best time to take those kind of risks because Pi is stable. No matter what is in the IOU right now, people don't care about that until it gets to open minute. So one pi is still equal to one pi until it gets to open minute. And when it gets to open minute, the concept of volatility will come inside. And you don't know what the price might be. So if you bought, depending on how you trade, you have to trade carefully. But if you bought a good price of pi or you sold something for pi, then you are definitely going to be in huge profit, even at open minute, even when we are not even talking about that. And even pi, fine. So by open minutes, they are going to transit into the Pi blockchain because it's not possible at the moment. So if anybody like really wants to invest much in Pine or maybe Pi chain more, be one of their maybe investors or all of that, or big these projects, travel agencies, social media platforms like Workforce Pool for freelancing and all of that. This is the best time to get in. I'm telling you, this is the best time because when it gets to open minutes, when all these apps get migrated into the main blockchain, there is going to be what we call value. In fact, my boss, he was here, Mr. Benjamin. He said earlier on, I believe like few weeks ago that look, if you have anything to do with Pi chain or that huge project, nothing is $50 million. So the math is very simple. What is Pi chain more doing? It has NFTs, it has stores, online stores, it has um it has its own coin. It has the coin that you use to trade, the coin that you use for investing, and all of that. Like it has a robust ecosystem right inside of Pi Network, not outside of Pi, right inside of Pi Network. And even let me use a case study here, Pine. So I believe they're also working on a thesis study for Pine right now. So to show you how we are taking the educational route in all of this. So Pine, what is also doing is similar. In fact, right from day one, it had the founders. in which they no longer exist, had to relinquish every power about the project and say, look, if we are going to build this thing, we have to build it like a community. So the concept of DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. So that's what uh, Pine, that's what we came up with. So nobody just moving out of it and bringing that the whole idea of decentralization. So everything in Pine right now is decentralized. This space is not, how can I put it? There is no organization or there is no body of founders that will say, oh, we'll talk to you guys and then you guys will host this space. No. Anybody can work up and host this kind of space. Anybody. That's also the idea of decentralization, honestly. And we find it work by November or December or January of next year. All of this will be possible. And in fact, Pi Network, so let me
Absolutely.
give a bit of background about this thing. Yeah, Pi Network
Yeah, yeah.
is like the fourth
You're
generation
not
cryptocurrency.
you're not a company member of Pi, right? You're a Pi community member who's having a very successful space. Like there's a lot of people here, and you're sharing. Hopefully, right now, if somebody doesn't know about Pi or has heard of it but doesn't have it, they can take a look at the app and download it and just experiment with it a little bit. You get one Pi, so the first one is quick and easy, and then as you share it more, and there are a few things you can do to increase the rate that you make Pi. But if you can get people to sign up under you and they're mining, then you make Pi at a faster rate. So if you can find a community and get everybody to mine, you'll all make a bunch of Pi really quick. That's the way it's set up. And it's to encourage the network effect, because the more people involved in the network, the more value it has. And that's one thing that Pi is able to do in this 2024 crypto cycle that most other cryptos couldn't. There's 100 million users, or at least 100 million people that downloaded the app that at least know something about Pi. That's so much more than any other crypto. This is amazing. There's a lot of power, a lot of strength in numbers, no matter where you are. And who knows what Pi, like, it could find its use in something we can't even think of right now. Like, it literally has the potential to be very much like a Bitcoin, totally decentralized, fair distribution, a totally new way of doing things where so many people are mining it that it's an advantage. And maybe Pi isn't worth a whole bunch right away when it starts. It probably will be for a little while, and then it'll probably go down. And one of the things is that they do allow people that get Pi to sell it. So some people are just going to sell it for money. But then the people that hold it, pretty quickly, it'll just be people that hold it, and the price will start going up. You know, how fast or whatever, it kind of depends on what apps and, I mean, a whole bunch of things we just won't know. But in 5 years, Pi could be worth something along the lines like Bitcoin. I mean, it could be tens of thousands of dollars each, literally. I mean, it could be worth more. We just don't know. I have no idea what 100 million people on a currency globally, what that can do. I mean, there's a lot of power there, and it's fast. It's amazing that
Yeah, yeah, this, core, do you know about core? Core, CORE.
Core, yeah,
Yes.
CORE, the core, the Pi core.
Yeah, so Pi started, you can see, I don't know if you have noticed it. So when Pi started, a new form of cryptocurrency actually started. So any currency that is going ahead of Pi right now, most likely is also waiting for Pi to meet up in order for them to move. So Pi started, and then we had something like Core, and the rest that followed after that, in which they are trying to move ahead of us. But the thing is, if you notice Core right now, the projection is that it will take score how the numbers of years it took Bitcoin to get to $50,000. It to get it because it has the infrastructure, it has everything. Why it took Bitcoin this long to get to this? Because a lot of human factors were involved in it, and it was like the technology was not perfected. So it's the same thing with Pi. If we had launched it when we expected it 2022, uh, mostly Pi would still be expensive by now. It won't be up to, let's say, $1,000 by now. I'm telling you the truth. One Pi, I'm not sure it will be up to $1,000. That's just the honest fact, even after 2 years. But if you stand to perfect most parts of the technology, it will be a good thing. Like it will stabilize the value of it as well, and not just that. So the technology they brought in that you have to lock up your Pi. Everybody has to lock up their Pi. If we get into open minutes, you won't lose half of the pie to exchanges. You won't even lose quarter of the pie to exchanges. I'm telling you, because everybody have locked their pie till 2026, 2025 or so. So it will still give people a time span to understand this thing. Say, oh my goodness, this thing is still going to add in value. So there's no need of me selling it out to exchanges. So that alone is an advantage for Pi, whereas if it had launched 2022, that wouldn't be an advantage. But with time,
Absolutely.
we have added that. Even yes,
Yeah, yeah. If a
even
lot
the
of
idea
people
of
get
that.
it all, if everybody gets it all right away, a lot of people will sell it and the value will go down. But they have people that are locked in for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And they may get a little bit of pie, but the majority is locked up for 2 to 3 years. So it has a chance to grow, and then that keeps these people interested because the better pie does, the better they'll do. So they call it game theory, where you're involved and it's in your best interest for everybody to benefit because you're part of everybody. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why Pine is sponsoring events or is hosting events about Pi Network because the success of Pi, Pi if Pi Network succeed right now, every project under Pi Network is going to be a huge success, and that's where Pi is coming. So that's why we are talking about Pi Network most of the time. That if Pi is a success, then definitely as PI and Pi is going to be $1 billion project. That's the truth of the matter. So it's like it has to work. Pi Network has to work because there is so much depending on it. Even people that don't even talk about Pi Network are still depending on Pi Network for it to work. It has to work. We have gotten a lot of things right, technology wise, and all of that. So we just want to maybe get the core team out of the way and let it run. That's by January or whenever that will be. But we have gotten most of the parts right, honestly. We just have to. In fact, the best part of it is that people are using it daily. I have a community. We use Pi, like people buy gadgets with Pi. People look even up to foodstuffs in huge quantity. You can buy it with Pi. So that is like this is a reality that we never expect long ago during Bitcoin era, but it's now a possibility now. So if you are invested in Bitcoin, that kind of an I do call it the gold class. So Bitcoin is a gold class right now. But we need something that we an alternative to dollars, something that you can use it side by side with the dollar, that everybody can have access to it. I mean, nobody can monopolize that. So, and that is where Pi Network comes into play. Because by open mainnet, what that means is that Pi core team would automatically lose power of whatever they call whatever the power might be to them, maybe access to the domains and all of that. Because when we get to open mainnet, in fact, the distribution was already done long ago. So what that will mean is that a community will get 8, core team get 20%. But what we define as core team, not the people that are behind. What we define as core team include that are investing. The back-end investors are also there. The angel investors are also there. People that will be fed out, they are also So everybody comes into play. Talk about Pi course by quarters and fun and yes, like I'm talking right now. I can apply to be a member of the Pi course and I get the official badge. But that doesn't mean that I have any special access to Pi. So what that means is that you have access to be an ambassador of Pi Network, whether in technology, whether in social media advancement, all of that. So everybody has a role to play. If you don't have, maybe you are not into tech, you are not a programmer, you are not into the business of it, you are not into the economics of that. It's simple. What would an average user of dollar do? It will invest his dollar. So if you have dollar now and to spare, either you save it or you invest it. So as an average person that maybe you don't know programming, you don't know, or maybe you know, yes, but you still have money to spare or money to keep aside. Invest in what you love. Yeah. So if you are here, I believe you know something about Pi Network or you have the idea that, oh, tomorrow this project is going to be something huge. This is going to be something that will change the whole idea of cryptocurrency. Then why not start now and invest in it? Look for projects. You maybe you cannot invest directly to the core team, but look for projects within the Pi ecosystem and look for PyChain or look for Pine, look for Workforce Pool, look for all these guys. Talk to the team. They are available. And even if not the financial investment, but at least try to associate with them and understand what is really going on. Because if Pi Network stands, maybe it's a huge economy, bigger than Bitcoin and all of that, it will be these projects that will make it work. It will be Pine, it will be PyChain Mall, to be all these guys. It will just be like dollar. Just see, dollar on its own, it's worthless. But all these big companies, these venture capitalists and all these guys give meaning to what dollar is. So the advice here is just aside the learning, it's important right now you are learning and then you are knowing it. But it's also important that you reach out or you have an idea of what is going on within Pi. If you think you maybe at open minute when Pine gets into Pi ecosystem, you just sell your Pine or you just do whatever you want to do, sell your Pi. Then I think you would be like that guy, what's it called? Of course, people have issues that they want to sort out, but you'll be like the guy sold uh that sold 10,000 Bitcoin for just two pizza. You'll be like that guy. You would regret it, honestly. I'm telling you the truth. So if you need any advice, which I'm not a financial advisor, but I'll just give it for free that educate yourself in Pi Network. We have a very short time. And then get to know this project. Buy Pine. Honestly, I tell you this. Buy Pine. Because it started last year and then cross-chain to Solana and then got to a point that they are preparing to migrate to the Pi ecosystem once we get into open mainnet. I mean, if it gets into the Pi ecosystem, these guys are invaders. I'm telling you the truth. They'll just invade the ecosystem and every single project in the ecosystem. That is the power that Pi Network is coming with. So if you are hearing all this we are saying, just know that you are like, how should I say it? You are seeing ahead of the future right now. So it's best you invest with Pi Network. So yeah, that's it. I saw Mr. Tariq. I don't know if he's still here. I saw Mr. Tariq. I wanted him to speak. I think okay, he's out. So does anybody else want to contribute? I see Manshi and seeing Miracle as well. So and two other people with Pine. So if you have something to contribute, please. Yeah, we still have time, about 30 minutes, no less than that, to be up here. So if you have what to contribute with, please feel free. You can lift your hands up. And if you have a question, because I saw a question about KYC, I saw a question about that as well. So if you have a question about KYC, about Pine Network, about Pine, if you don't understand maybe where to buy Pine from, or you don't know how to trade with Pine Network and all of that, please just speak up and then we'll talk about that. So I hope that's fine. So yeah, people up here, Mansha. Yeah, I hope I got that right. So you have something to contribute? Okay, yeah, your mic is open, but I think I can't hear you. Can anybody hear him or her?
I can't. By the way, if anybody needs advice on Pi and you feel like it, you can message me. I'll do what I can to try and help.
Wow, I didn't see the total number of people that were on this space actually. I thought we were still maybe about 100 people. Yeah, we are more than that. Wow, that's huge. That's a huge
Yeah,
amount. Okay, so someone wants to.
you have a large audience. I am surprised people aren't coming up with a question or how do you get started or something like that. Getting started is really, really easy, actually. You can get a referral code. I have one in my timeline. I'll retweet it and I'll put it up in the nest if you want. And you get a free Pi, and then you download an app from the App Store. So it's not just some link from somebody you don't know. It's like an app from the App Store that's official. And then you basically set up the app and register. So your email and I think your birth date, a couple other things, but not much. And then you have to hit a start button, and that gets you going. And then you'll want to explore the app a little bit, and you'll see how it works. But really, once a day, your Pi timer will run out, and if you have notifications, it'll tell you that your session ended, that you need to start another Pi mining session. So you just tap a button, and you might see an ad, but you don't have to watch the ad. And if you forget for a few days or whatever, or you don't do it right away when you get the notification, there's no penalty or anything. So you'll slowly be gaining Pi. And then there's a checklist. And if I remember right, everything's in like purple. And as you go down the list, these things turn green. So you'll be able to do several things pretty easy. And then maybe one of them is KYC, and you have to wait. You have to like sign up to KYC, and then you wait until you're called and you KYC, which just means you give a picture of an ID and I think a selfie, and then you wait a while again. And once you've done that, you even get to KYC others. So you see what that's actually a very novel thing that nobody else that I've seen, no other crypto is doing this, where since you have a little bit of Pi, um, if you just cheat or you're horrible, you could lose the Pi. But you're in a group, and if most of you pick that the person is who they say they are, which most of the time they will be, but maybe not all the time, then you all get a bonus. And I don't believe everybody, but the majority of the group has to say that it's somebody, and then they move on. And if everybody says that it's okay, then I don't think it moves to the next one. But they've got a way to do that so that they verify, or if it's questionable, they can kind of sort it out. And then you'll get a green box there. And then there's a couple other things you have to do, and getting the wallet set up if you're not familiar with it. The videos are okay, but I could see where it might be confusing. So you might want to reach out for help then. That's a ways down the line. And there are resources and videos, and you do get updates and things like that. And then there's a lot more that you can do with Pi too. There's chats and groups. So if that works for you, you can spend some time on the app and get to know it, and everything should be pretty easy. Just that it does take a little time to get familiar with all the things in the app. So don't be scared.
Yeah,
Give it a
thank.
try.
Okay, so thank you very much. Honestly, that's like beginners course, crash code course on Pi Network. So yeah, two people also requested. Dennis is up here, and okay, and Masha. So Dennis, the floor is yours. Do you have what to contribute, or you have a question?
Okay, I had a question. Um, oops, my net. Wait, pass.
Oh, I think he's having a network issue. So, okay, yeah, Mashe, is it Mashe? Did I get that right? Yeah, Mesha, okay. So the floor is yours. You can speak. So sorry about the mistake. Yeah.
Just a quick question about that Pi network, Bastomatic. Is the application that you download, does it have like a gold circle with two stick people waving, possibly?
Is
Uh,
it purple?
you mean Pi app?
Yeah, the Pi app. I just want to make sure to download the correct one. It's got like a gold
Oh.
circle. Is that right?
Here, let me get look. I'll post it up at the top. I'll get it right. Give me just a moment, and I'll get
Okay.
a screenshot and everything that you need.
Thank
All
you.
right. You bet.
Hello.
Yeah, Dennis, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to know if there are other platforms where I can sell the coins, because I started gaining coins about a month ago. I don't know if they're mature yet, and when's the listing? I missed out on that.
So, okay. So, Dennis, let me get you well. You are asking if there's a platform to sell the coins. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, that's what I'm asking. Yes, that's my question.
Okay. Okay. So, which of the coins are you talking about? Because there are two coins here, Pine or Pi. So, which of them?
I'm talking about the Pi coins.
Okay. That's fine. All right. So, first of all,
Yeah.
I think, it's, how should I put it? It's not approved, or
Listed.
it's not, let me say it's legal. Yeah, let me use that word. I didn't want to use that. It's illegal to sell Pi at the moment. Yeah, you might run the risk of losing your account. Yeah. So just wait. We have few months remaining to open mainnet. So just wait, and then you won't regret waiting, honestly. But if you want to sell your Pi, it's not. I can't recommend that. People are doing that. There is what we call the black market in almost every country now, especially Asian countries. But I don't think it's legal to sell your Pi at the moment. So yeah, I hope you got that.
Yeah, I got that. And just to ask, how do I boost my income? The pies, how do I increase the coins that I'm getting?
Okay, yeah. Does anybody want to help with that? Yeah, I think. Okay, so let me help you
Oh, well,
out
I'll
with
help.
that.
I
So
didn't know my
the
microphone was on. Not, I had it on actually. So currently, the mainnet is not live for trading on exchanges. You can send coins back and forth. You can do that on testnet, and now you can do that on mainnet. There are two exchanges that are most likely to have Pi right away. And currently, you can, with fiat, buy IOUs. And I think that the exchanges bought bought Pi from mainnet and have some, and then they may have it just like a placeholder Pi, like they did that. But so HTX, Bitmart, Biconomy, and SuperX are all places that you can either trade like virtual Pi kind of with fiat right now. That's HTX, Bitmart, Biconomy, and SuperX. But they're selling IOUs for fiat. So if you have fiat, you can, if you wanted to get a few Pi that way, you could do it. And they're selling right now, and I don't quite understand because two that are very established exchanges, they're like $32 each. But then there's a Pi for Biconomy and SuperX that's way less than that. And I wouldn't necessarily trust those, or I don't know what they're doing. But the price roughly is about $30 each. So if you sign up using, you know, a referral, either mine or the host or something, you'll get one Pi right away. And then since you're working with somebody, you'll get a higher amount of Pi when you mine. And that keeps growing the more people that you connect with or that sign up under you, or you have like a referral team. And so you have like mining partners. And the idea is sort of to help keep everybody accountable and make sure that they mine and help them, you know, remind them to mine. Because you'll see, you'll be able to put in, you know, like you know, like a name, whatever you want to be. You can put in anything, but you can send a push notification to your team members that says mine Pi. Especially if you see that a bunch of them aren't doing it, you might send one of those. You can send one a day. That's it. But that helps you remember, especially as you're new, to get these, like, get a few more reminders. But basically, the value is going to come in a few months. And even then, my experience would be maybe sell a little bit of Pi, but I don't think I'd sell all the Pi. Unless you're just, if you're in big trouble with money, like big trouble. But if you can get by, I think it would pay to hold on to the Pi and just let it do it. A lot of coins, when they come out, they find a value right away, and then they find another value. And then if there are developments or people are speculating that good things are to come, the price can go really high. In which case, you know, I would recommend selling some. But usually when I sell coins, I don't sell the whole thing. I would sell like half of a half, you know, like cut it in half and then do some portion of that, maybe. Because oftentimes you're rewarded by supporting the project and staying in it. And if you can find something that you could do, even helping people, and you get a little Pi for doing work, or especially great is if you can split it. So maybe you get some fiat and some Pi. And it's a great way to do it. And then you collect more pretty easily.
Mind sending me a link?
Okay, I posted a picture of it, and you're right. It's a purple thing with two people on it. They kind of look like they're dancing. And then it says PI with purple. It's up in the nest. It should be. I just put it there. I put a few things there.
Okay, and...
Oh, I don't know if I see it. Hold on. Let me try it again. Let me make sure that I got it in the nest. Maybe that one that I just... Yeah, right here. Let me put it up there. It should appear. It'll be the newest one or the furthest to the left in just a moment. Let's see if it shows. Yeah, there it is. That should look just like it right there. Here's what the App Store Pi Network app looks like, is the title there for me. But yeah, it's purple and like gold with a circle. Hopefully that's what you were looking at.
Let me a bit.
Like in the nest.
Okay, in the nest, the people that I can trade with, because I'm in a tight end, I need to sell some coins.
You need to send coins?
Yeah, to sell some.
Well, do you have the Pi wallet?
Okay.
I'd sell about 3 coins would be enough, and not that
So
much.
you have some pi, but you want to send some somewhere.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, you do need to get the Pi wallet, and that is, let me see here. I think you get it. Um, yeah, well, here's the Pi browser, Pi converter. How do you get the Pi wallet? I think it comes in the app that you download, and it'll be. Um, so here, I can just do it's on home, and then there's a wallet function. There's a whole bunch of things that you can do. Let me put that in the nest there in a second.
Hello guys, thank you for you guys share the amazing information about the Pi network and Pi in. So, God will, are you there? So,
Yes, Pi Live, I can hear you very well.
so now can we back to your question, your earlier question? So,
Okay, yeah. Can you answer for us?
okay,
Yeah, can you help us with that?
okay, sorry, Pastor. So, we will come back to you later. So let me answer the question of Mr. Godwill. Uh, yeah, let me share with you on more information about the history of buying, like when its contract was deployed and any milestones during its development. Okay, okay. Before I introduce the history of paying to you, so please allow me to introduce to you the origin of the name paying. So paying, P-I-I-N, is the abbreviation of the first four letters of the two words pi inscription, and which represent the inscription token initiated by the Pi community. This also reveals the historical origin of the Pi. So the Pi originated from the Pi network, and Pi inscription was deployed on November 9, 2023, and its rapid adoption quickly captured the attention of the entire crypto space and completed, 100,000 casting operation within 24 hours. And the launch of the Pi-in inscription marked the beginning of the global movement driven by the Pi miners and who collectively pulled the ground of this decentralized community. In the month since mining were completed, the buy-in began the building and focusing on the growing of the community. In this process, a development model similar to DAO, DAO, right, decentralized autonomous organization, was formed in the Pi-in community. And we have the Pi-in Foundation Design Group, uh, Publicity Group, Group Pi-in uh, Group, and Business Group, and Promotion Group, and many other harmonious and united community organizations so that community members can use their own strength to promote the development of Pi. So because there is such a harmonious organizational structure in the Pi-in community, we have grown the number of the real holders of Pi-in from less than 1,000 to more than 16,400 people within 8 months. So the number of the real holders can now be compared to the top five in more than 40,000 inscription community. From this, we can also see the strong appeal of the Piin community. And in June 2024, after joy the decision making by the community, the buy-in was trend to the Solana ecosystem to improve its liquidity and audience coverage. So in the first few days of this month, the Pipex exchange incubator team conducted an exclusive interview with our paying community, and the development process of our community will also be used as an example to be brightened into the doctoral thesis of Dr. Hon from the Swiss Federal Institute of the Technology in Zurich. So this indicates that the Pi-in may be the only encryption community in the crypto market that has been written into the doctor thesis. So now we are preparing to promote the Pi-in globally. To this end, we have communicated with some ecological projects and communities to better cooperate in promoting PIA. Yeah, that is my sharing about the history of PIA for your understanding. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I heard it. I heard what you said last about it being written as, is it a doctorate thesis by Dr. Hang? Yeah. So in the I think the university was Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich. Yeah, I believe that is it. So that was a great feat for the fine community. I'm telling you. But also, yeah, I don't know if someone else is here as well, but I'll still ask you anyways. So about the potential of Pine, because it seems unpredictable, and also regarding the cross-chain integration to Solana ecosystem by Pine community. Mr. Yu is here. Unfortunately, he just messaged me that he's in a subway, so he can't really speak. The connection is not good, but I'll ask you, Pi Life. So you are familiar with, I believe you should be familiar with the Solana ecosystem. And can you share information about it? Like, what's the main purpose for Pine to cross-chain to Solana ecosystem? And then what's the benefit? So the purpose, what's the purpose, and then what's the benefit? So thank you. Yeah, hello, Pi Life. Can you hear me?
Okay, sorry, I did not unmute my mic. Okay, thank you for your question. Let me answer it. So the growth trends integration to the Solana ecosystem last month is one of the milestones in the development of Pi, and frequently asked question in the community. This move serves several purposes and offer multiple
Hello, bhai.
benefits to the community.
Hello,
Can you hear me?
hello,
Hello?
hello. कहाँ से हो भैया?
Hello.
हेलो, आवाज नहीं आ रही क्या?
Hello.
Yeah, okay, sorry about that. I think he didn't hear someone was up here, but someone is speaking. So, Pi Life, are you still up? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay, so please go ahead. I have to mute him. Yeah.
So, okay. Can we okay? Can we have some question about the Pi-in and the Pi network? So, how do you think, God's will?
I think maybe
Because because the line is unstable
And then,
now. I cannot hear clearly.
okay, you can't hear me clearly.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Hi.
Okay.
Hello, I
Yeah, please,
I am in.
भाई
Pratap,
भैया
can
सभी
you hear
आप
me?
एक दूसरे को
I
फॉलो
believe.
बैक फॉलो करो आप सभी को वापस फॉलो बैक मिलेगा
Um, hey. Okay, so Pi Life, can you hear me? I
बिल्कुल भाई
feel that
प्रताप
so many,
फॉलो
Okay,
I
I
so
just,
many
yeah,
at
I
the
just
same
feel
time.
on. So, can you hear me now? What views?
So you can hear me, right? You can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so you just speak and then we attend to the question. Yeah, just after that. So just complete what you were saying and then we attend to the question. So please, everyone, please just bear it with us. I mean, we're expecting your questions and then now we have so many questions. So please just bear with us. We attend to so many questions right now. Let him just be done with his explanation on the purpose of why our Pine had to cross-train to Solana ecosystem and what's the benefit for all of us. So please just let him finish. Thank you.
So, okay. So let me continue. So, this about the about benefits to the Pine community, right? Okay, let me. The first is about the increased accessibility by integrating with the Solana. The Pine become accessible to the wider audience. Then increasing its adoption. Solana is now for its high-speed transaction and low fees, making it an attractive option for users who may have found the Bitcoin transaction time and cost prohibitive. So, in the second one, it enhances the liquidity. The cross-chain integration has increased the liquidity of the Pi token. More liquidity means more stability and less the volatility, and with the beneficial for all the token holders. And the third is the community growth. Accessing the Solana community can lead to an influx of the new user and products interested in buying, and this growth can drive the further innovation and development within the buying ecosystem. So I am familiar with the meme coin and how they function, and especially for the meme coin on the Solana ecosystem, and thousands of the meme coin launch every day on the Solana chain, and 99% of them will turn to zero within a few hours or a few days. So the ecosystem lack the sticker like Piin. So we have a strong community behind the sticker. So the potential and the value of Piin will be discovered by Solana user over time. So the fourth technology advantage. So Solana offers unique where technology advantage such as high throughput, hope, and capability, and these features can enhance the overall performance and the functionality of the paying, so making it more efficient and user friendly. So, in summary, the blockchain integration to the Solana aims to broaden the Pi in grid, improve its utility, and strengthen its community by leveraging the Solana advances, the blockchain technology, and the vibrant ecosystem. Yes, that's on my sharing about your question. Thank you, Mr. Godwills. You can continue.
All right, thank you very much. And yeah, like you said, Solana, it's like the most busiest ecosystem like since the beginning of this year. And then Pine going to Solana, it will also help expand significantly, and also the idea of dual chain mechanism. So the community has to work hard for its back actually. But there are a few new features or updates for the community from what just happened, the cross training. So first of all, I heard um, it got listed on Jupiter. So I'm like mid of last month. Yeah, so it was listed on Jupiter. So that was like the biggest thing, especially in the Asian community. That was like it's very respected. In case you're in the Solana ecosystem, you have to know this. So it's like the most respected and most well-known aggregators in the Solana ecosystem. So for now, Pine users can also trade. Just for your information, you can trade on Jupiter because this will really boost the credibility and accessibility of what is going on within the Pine ecosystem. And secondly, so Pine has been introduced into a multi-bit ecosystem. So as of July 18th, that's few months ago, a month or so ago, multi-bits has been added into Find to their farming pool. So, and multi-bit is renowned for its permissionless bridging. So it doesn't matter what ecosystem is, what blockchain it is. Sorry, it can cross-chain to any other blockchain from the Bitcoin blockchain. So that was also what helped with cross-chaining to Solana ecosystem as well. So uh, that is what we spoke earlier on about technology. More technology are coming out and then are making it much more easier for us. So that is yeah, and also introduction of NFTs and games and other decentralized stuffs in the Pine ecosystem. I mean, just within how many months? So that is like a huge innovation in the ecosystem, and it's making it even more robust than even when I joined the ecosystem. So far, like few months, and then look at how far it has gone. So that's fantastic. And as well, we are also expecting Pi mainnet, which has not yet gone live after several delays. But the truth of the matter is that we have Pine actually. Like I've been trading with Pine. My friend Pi Cameron, that's Mr. Wesley, introduced me to Pine, and then he was even supposed to be here, but I think he's busy. So the thing here is, within the few months that I've joined, with what I have seen, there is huge profit, honestly, so far. Like how many months? Yeah, that's like a reasonable profit. If you ever did any project on Solana or all of these big projects, like you know that just check the statistics on maybe coin market cap or all of that. You see that there is huge profits that's within a few months that have come out of Pine. So that is it. And also, I was given a permission by a friend because we have to shut down. We have stayed here for about almost getting to 2 hours now. So we have to shut down soon, maybe in the next 9 minutes or so. So we have to pick questions. I promised that we have to pick questions. So who has question? Let's start with that, and we won't dwell so long on a question. So please, we'll walk this way. You just lift up your hand and then we'll go orderly, please. Nobody should unmute himself and just speak haphazardly. Yeah, someone has to speak and then we attend to the question and someone else. So if you have a question to ask and you're up here in the speaker level, yeah, please just raise up your hand and we'll attend to your question. We have limited slots for question. That's why I'm saying please raise up your hand. Because if we exhaust the slots, I don't think we'll still pick more questions. So we have Shimran. Shimran is here. And so we'll start with Shimran. Please, every other person mute your mic so that you'll be able to listen effectively to Shimran. Thank you.
I don't know much more. Okay, I don't know much more about PI, but I have collected around 262 as well. And recently I have applied for KYC as well as So I'm planning to sell all those PI instead of keeping couple of. So can you guide me related to that, how to sell and what amount I can earn on that thing?
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. So we spoke about that earlier on, but let's talk about it again. Just within a minute. Advisable because there will be maybe a problem with that since the core team had advised everybody against selling their pipe, especially for fiat. But if you want to maybe get a gadget with your Pi at the moment, or maybe use it to buy something on Pi chain or whatever it might be, then you can go ahead with that. But I won't give you the advice, especially except maybe it's a pressing need that you need to clear up your Pi, then I will tell you maybe look for a friend, a close friend, and then that wants to buy your file or someone you trust, and maybe you can buy it back later on, or or at least you know the person is within your trust graph, so you can sell it to the person and still get the fiat. But I'm going to an exchange to buy or to sell. So at the moment, it's not possible. The Pi on an exchange is not the same Pi inside your wallet. So what is on an exchange is called IOU. I owe you. That's just a simple explanation. It's like a contract you sign with them that the moment Pi gets on open minutes, they'll give you Pi equivalent of what you are in. So it's just a contract at the moment. So it's not advisable to sell Pi. And even if you were to do it, please don't sell all of your Pi. And then yeah, I believe there is no exchange that it will make that possible at the moment. The best person to sell it to, if it's a pressing need, it's your friend, yeah, or someone within your trust graph. So that is that. I believe that helped, right? Shimran, is that okay?
Thank you so
All right.
much. Can follow the
Okay.
same.
All right. Thank you. So someone else. I can't read the name, but yeah, your hand is up. So the floor is yours. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so Muhammad, your floor is yours. You can unmute yourself and speak. We are listening.
All right, so I want to ask you about blockchain coins. Do you have any idea about blockchain?
Yes, I have an idea about that. Um,
So
so you said, are you asking for the explanation of blockchain or
no.
because you said blockchain coin?
I got like a couple of blockchain coins and like blockchain Venom. But the value is going down day by day. When I bought, it was like at 70 cents. Now it's like at 13, 20, like 13 to 20. So do you have any idea like when this do you have any idea about that?
Okay, yeah, thank you for the question. So, I believe that's Venom blockchain, and the thing is, okay, so there are so many blockchains out there at the moment, and the issue here is because I can't speak for them, but the issue here is trust. That's why I choose to stay inside Pi Network. The issue is trust. I can't tell you fully who and who is behind the project because that's the most important aspect of any project. If the people behind the project can be trusted, then yeah, I will recommend them to you. I'll say, okay, fine, just hold on. Maybe the project is going through a rock pool or something like that, and it will get back up. Yeah, but I can't tell you about Venom. I don't know. I don't own any Venom. I don't know who the project administrators are. I don't know what their plans are. Maybe it's there is what we call a crypto cycle. So every September is always like the worst year, the worst period for crypto. So if you are seeing red in any crypto right now, just hold on a bit, don't sell off. By November it will be back up, especially during this whole election and all of that. So just hold on a bit. But that's not an advice. I'm just telling you what normally happens. I can show you graph like over the past 4 or 5 years that has happened consistently. So yeah, you might just hold on, especially for this month. I wouldn't advise you to sell it off. Just hold on. Even I believe even Pine first that the first few days of this month. Yeah, but it's back up again. So yeah, just hold on a bit and then yeah, we'll get through it. So I believe that will help as well.
Thank you very much. And I have another question. Do you know about the Trump coin, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So how about the Trump coin during the election? Will it go to a crazy amount, or will it be just a normal coin? Like people are talking about the Trump coin, like blow up crazy. What's your opinion about that?
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I think Baston will also say something about that. But yeah, what I know about the Trump coin is, of course, I mean, all predictions are pointing towards that. But I wouldn't say the coin will go crazy. Yeah, everybody like the coin that normally go crazy is that majority of people might not know that the coin is going to go crazy. So who knows? Maybe Trump might lose the election, or I don't know. Maybe he might win the election. So imagine he lost the election. So you don't expect the coin to go crazy. Instead, it will depreciate, right? But if he wins, maybe something might happen. People invest more in the coin, and then it goes up. So it's just that the economics and what's it called, the economics to that. Yeah, the calculation of that is very complex. You don't know who might buy in. You don't know, maybe Elon Musk might talk about the coin tomorrow, and just tomorrow it goes up even before the election. So let's just wait for November, and then we'll see how it will go. Yeah, you have another question?
No, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. So who else? Baston, did you want to say something about that as well? Yeah, Baston Mads. Wow, I didn't get the name correct. Okay, Michael. Yeah, Michael B. Do you have something to say about the Trump coin? I think we are soon rounding up. We have exhausted our time up here. Who else has a question? Um, Ike.
I know a little bit
Ike,
about
I saw you.
ton coin or about different ton coins, or I mean, I actually know kind of a fair amount, but it's a general overview of ton coin. What was I'm sorry, I was writing something, and then I was focusing on my writing. I missed the question.
Yeah, he was asking about Trump. Do you have any idea how it's going to turn about for Trump coin?
Well, I've got a few ideas. I was there in the beginning with Toncoin launching, and then they're not coin, and they have these mini games. Or if you're familiar with the mini games, there was like yes coin after not coin. Then there's hamster combat, and there's a new one. Oh boy, it's done by a couple of guys.
Yeah, I think we can't hear him anymore. All right. So yeah, Ike, do you have a question? You come up. You have a question for us, or you have something to contribute? Um, hello, Ike. Can you hear me? I believe someone is messing with this space, or it's a rock pool actually.
I seem to have been muted off and on somewhere in there too.
Oh, it's not from me. It's not from me. Yeah, can you speak now? Can we hear you?
I can speak now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, there's a weird echo I was getting too. Yeah, that seems to.
Okay, so is he out?
Well, I was getting the echo when I talked. It was quiet if I didn't, but it's pretty distracting on my end. Now I don't have it. Yeah, it was actually very distracting. But I believe Toncoin has some of the features of Pi as well, with a lot of users. So there's really interesting that these two coins have such a large user base before they even launched a coin. So it's going to be interesting. This is rather new in the Web3 ecosystem to have that many users and then make a coin. But it looks like there's a lot happening on Ton. So that would be another place to pay attention and get signed up. And again, Pi is a great place to learn some things. Both of them are. You can get started for basically free. I mean, get set up for free, and you'll be pretty good with Web3 wallets and a basic understanding of how the technology works.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so I've been asking who else have a question. Just one more slot. In case anybody have a question, you have to get off X at the moment. We have been here almost 2 hours now. So does anybody have a question for me or for anybody about Piin, about Pi Network, about the potentials and all of that? If you have a question, let me check the comments in case oh, okay. The first question is, my KYC is stocked for over a year now. All right, so Alpha Katie, so your KYC has been stocked for over a year now, and the problem is, so if you had started the KYC, is either the fault is from you and then the review is not yet over, or I don't know how I can explain the all parts of it, but that is always the case. But you just hang around. If you have done your KYC, then it has eliminated you from what is coming by the end of this month, the danger of losing your file. But just stick around, keep on checking your app. You might get an opportunity to do your file again. So that is that. And for those in Iran, that is what is on my screen right now. If you are in Iran, I heard once that you guys face a sanction or something like that. Was it Iran or Pakistan? One of those countries. So I believe that has to do with international laws that people are not allowed to do their KYC. Like two things I have to say before we get off, before I get off your speaker. So number one, and very, very important, please, if you haven't done your Pi KYC, please do your Pi KYC. You are going to lose your Pi. It's going to get back into the general pool, and then other people get to mine your Pi. So if you haven't done your KYC, please do it before the end of September. KYC is ending by the end of September. So it might resume, or I don't know what might happen by next year, but the information now is that it's ending this September. So please try a possible best and do your KYC. And then the second information, before I get up of here, is that get some Pine. That's not a financial advice, but that is a good advice given to you. Get some Pine, and then wait for open minute. The same way you are waiting for. I mean, with less than how many dollars? Less than $20 or so. Yeah, you can get like a huge amount of Pine. It has actually funny enough, it has the same amount of total supply as the Pi coin. So it's like everything about Pine was replicated. Everything about Pi was replicated in Pine. So yeah, it has the same total amount. In fact, you can get more Pine for less dollars than you can get more Pi for that same amount of dollars. So get some Pine, get ready for open minute. Make sure you have the coins that you need to have within the Pi ecosystem. Have the Pi coin, have the Pi chain more coins and NFTs and all of that. Have the Pine PI, that's Pi inscription. Have the Pi inscription tokens, and which other coin is there? And then there is a project called Connect Social. So try and get it. Those ones are free. You can get them, but Pine is not free. Pine is on exchanges right now. Yes. So, but if you spoke on this space, people were taking note of that. So let me tell you that for free. If you spoke on this space, we have a team that is checking who and who asks questions. That's why I was begging, please ask a question. Please ask a question. So if you spoke here, if you read my tweet, we are giving out 100,000 Pine. Yes, we are giving out 100,000 Pine. So I believe that will be shared equally. The team is going to reach out to you guys that spoke on the space and will give that to you. So get your wallets ready if you spoke on the space. Yeah, so that's it. So thank you very much, Mohammed. Thank you very much, Shimram.
Thank you for
Thank you,
organizing that.
Michael. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. So that will be all for it. So yeah, on today we are going to have a very special session. So today, this is my first phase collaborating with the Pine ecosystem. Yeah. But on Friday is going to be unique. So on Friday we'll be talking. It's like going to be a fireside. So I won't be doing much of the talking. Um, we have a team that is going to do the discussion about the journey, about like how it has been for how many years now, 5 years, and what you need to do as well to prepare for open mainnet. So that is what we'll be having on Friday. Friday will be an interesting session, and then on Saturday I'm doing a bit of publicity. Don't mind that. So on Saturday, my friend Woody is also going to be up here. He's actually going to be the host. So on Saturday, we are going to have, it's always like the biggest space in Pi Network. Last week, Saturday, we had about 50 plus thousand people join the space. Yes, that's right, 50,000 plus people, 57,000 plus people. So this Saturday, we are having the space again. I believe every Saturday, till maybe open minute, we'll still have those spaces. So I will still be your host on Wednesdays and on Fridays, and we just talk. Let's talk. I like when people participate. And yeah, I'm so much happy, Michael, you came up. Yeah, you helped with the discussion, Mohammed, Shimran, and then every Pi Life. And Mr. Yu, I thought he would have come up, but he's on a transit and he couldn't just speak up because of network connection. So by Friday, we'll have the team of Pi Network speakers, a team of Pine speakers, and everybody will just come together and discuss. So I hope to find you there. I hope to discuss with you as well. So if you have questions, please keep it till Friday or until Saturday, and we'll handle it. Thank you very much. Let me just appreciate one person. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mo. Yeah, I saw Mr. Mo throughout the session. Mrs. Joy, my friend Pi Commandant. Thank you very much. Who else? I I missed people at the beginning. So yeah, and Ben, yeah, Mr. Ben was here. Thank you very much for being part of this session. And see you on Friday and then see you on Saturday. So bye.